Vice President J.D. Vance is saying the quiet part out loud, advocating for rethinking what it means to be an American. Now, over the holiday weekend, Vance addressed a friendly audience at the Claremont Institute, a right-wing conservative think tank that has called for the end of birthright citizenship. Now, Vance seemed to call for a vision of citizenship where people whose ancestors have been here longer have more of a claim to be American. Take a listen.
I think the people whose ancestors fought in the Civil War have a hell of a lot more claim over America than the people who say they don't belong.
Vance went on to blame so-called illegal immigrants, his term, not ours, for, quote, cheapening the very meaning of citizenship. Vance's remarks came one day after Donald Trump signed into law a bill that includes a $150 billion cash infusion for immigration enforcement and border security.
I watched the entire speech. I encourage everyone to take 40 minutes and watch it beginning to end, because one of the things that struck me is J.D. Vance can use his $5 words. And he can try to give things a veneer of respectability. These are the same racist, xenophobic policies that we have seen from this administration since day one. And someone at TPM wrote this. I thought it was exactly right. What he is talking about is an America where heritage counts as much as values. And that's the question that you have to ask yourself. Do we want to redefine American identity to be about heritage? And would J.D. Vance like to know about all of the Mexican Americans who fought during the U.S. Civil War?
Oh, yes. I mean, it is, let's play a little bit more of this, because I think people really need to understand that this is exactly who J.D. Vance is and why it is so just and the opposite of American. He literally comes from our founding fathers in this portion about the Declaration of Independence.
Identifying America just with agreeing with the principles, let's say, of the Declaration of Independence, that's a definition that is way over-inclusive and under-inclusive at the same time. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, it would include hundreds of millions, maybe billions of foreign citizens who agree with the principles of the Declaration of Independence. Must we admit all of them tomorrow?
I just want to note that the words in the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal, it wasn't just a slogan. That is a political thesis. The idea that in America, what makes you American is not your heritage, but your equality and your values. And the founding fathers rejected this idea of what some experts now are calling it. What he's talking about is blood and soil, like nationalism.
Yeah.
And
it's
that
the
is
same old KKK
yes, the same.
Racist
It
BS.
is. Come on, Michael Steele.
Same old KKK racist BS.
That's exactly what it is. And the founding fathers rejected it. You can look at the Federalist Papers #1, the Federalist Papers #10. They were very, very clear that America is not going to be a country based on heritage. Because to be very clear, Alicia, and Michael are just as American as J.D. Vance. Some would argue probably even more so.
So what I love about this conversation is that it exactly proves what the founders hoped for. Despite their owning slaves, not including women literally in the language of the document, but this moment in our history is what the founders would hope happen. What J.D. Vance, with all that highfalutin education you got, right, don't understand is that the definition of America and Americans is what we make it. And by that very definition, who we are at this table defines us as Americans, because it goes to the freedom, it goes to the equality, it goes to the opportunity, it goes to the inalienable rights, it goes to all the things that you and your administration are trying to take away from free people who come to this country, some in chains, some by the grist of their excitement to be here, helped make this country what it is. Whether it's a Mexican-American heritage, an African-American heritage, a white European heritage, it's what America's all about. So you need to get off that hobby horse you're on and understand, if you're going to be the vice president of these United States, you need to come spend some time in neighborhoods where we can talk about what being a citizen is, and showing you at a family barbecue what it looks like.
We, the people, in order to form a more perfect
Every day.
union, he might need to look it up.
Every day.
Not Michael Steele inviting J.D. Vance to the family.
To the cookout, honey.
Cookout. All right.